Hello everyone, welcome to today's YouTube video on simultaneous equation. We want to solve these two simultaneous equations. So let us start off immediately and name this first one equation 1, while this one is equation 2. So we see that from equation 2, let's reduce space. We can just find the LCM of equation 2, 3xy to be simplified. 3y here will be 3x, here will be xy, 4xy. So that's what we have. So from this equation inside here, 3y plus 3x is equal to, this implies that that our 3x then we can bring in y here, so that this is y, so we can say plus y, then we have 3 in the bracket minus, since this one is coming here, then 4x is equal to 0. That's what we are going to get, and this implies that y is equal to minus 3x all over 3 minus 4x. So this is a very important equation that we are going to use in future. Let's call this equation 3. Also from this equation 3, we can easily make a deduction for this equation 3. You can see that if we squaring both sides, we have y squared is equal to minus 3 squared is 9x squared. This squared is this times itself 9, this times itself 16x squared, so 16x squared. This times is, that's minus 12x, this times is minus 12x, so we have minus 24x. Remember, we have 3 squared, 9. So that's what we are going to have. Also, we can see that from equation 1, from equation 1 here, we have that y squared also is 10 minus x squared. So that means that we can easily equate this and this. So if we equate these two equations, you can say it's equal to 9x squared over 16x squared minus 24x plus 9. So we have equated these two. You see that we have equated this one and this one. So we have that. So we can easily now bring this equation over here and multiply. Then if we do that, okay, let me write it out. So equal to 10 minus x squared into 16x squared minus 24x plus 9 is equal to 9x squared. So that's what this thing will give us. So that as usual, we multiply this with this, multiply this with that, multiply this with this, that. So if we do that, we have this times this, we have 160x squared. This times is minus 240x plus 90 minus this size is minus 16, if you like, 16x raised to power 4. The next one is this size is plus 24x squared. This size is will give us minus 9x squared, minus 9x squared. This one is 24x cubed, 9x squared. So if this one comes over to this side of the equation, it will be minus 9x squared is equal to 0. So that we have, after rearranging after rearranging, we'll have that we'll have that these ones will come over, we'll bring them over to this side. We'll have 16x fourth, this other one will be plus, okay, 60x minus 24x cube. So we are looking at the x squared. The next one is x squared. So these are minus 18x squared. This one is plus 160x squared. So it will remain minus 142x squared. Plus this one coming over here 240x. This one coming over here minus 90x is equal to 0. So this is the equation that we are going to solve. So in order to solve this type of equation, we can use polynomial method. So remember, if p of x is equal to 0, it means that x is a root. S is a root. So if we put 1 inside here, if we put 1, if x is equal to 1, so we have 16 minus 24 minus 142 plus 240 minus 90. So, and when we add this, you see that we get 0. This implies that x is a root, and x minus 1 is a factor. So if we put minus 1 for time, if we put minus 1, you will see that it's not a root. So let's use 3 also. If you put 3, we'll have 16 times 3 raised to the power 4 minus 24 times 3 raised to the power 3 minus 14, 142 times 3 raised to the power 2, and plus 240 times 3, then minus 90. So it also gives us 0, and that means that x minus 1 and x minus 3, therefore thus these two things are factors. So if we multiply them out, we will see that we will have this times is x squared, this times is 3x, this times is minus 3x, minus 3x minus 1x is minus 4x, this times is plus 3. We will have this. So in order to get the other factor, we can use remainder theorem. We can divide this this equation by this. So in order to do that, let's just divide it, since there is no time. Divided by this thing divided by this, x raised to the power 4 minus 24x cubed minus 142x squared plus 240x minus 90. So that's what we are going to divide. So the first thing that will go is, of course, 16x squared. 16x squared, let me use red. 16x squared. So this times this will give us 16x cubed fourth. This times this will give us minus 64x cubed, and the last one will be 48 squared. So if we subtract, we get this one is 0, this minus this, because this plus this, you get 40 s cubed minus this this means minus this, that's minus 190 s squared plus plus 240, we'll bring this one down, x minus 90, so that the next thing that will go will be plus 40. Plus 40 here will give us 40x, I think. It will be 40x cube minus 160 x squared plus 120 x. That's what we have. So this minus this will go, this minus this will be minus 30. Minus 30 x squared. This minus this will be plus 120 x. Then you break down minus 90. So the next thing that will naturally go is minus 30. Minus 30. So here you have minus 30 x squared. You have plus 120 x. This and this you have minus 90. So this will go 0, this will go 0, this will go 0. So that means that the factors are x minus 1, x minus 3, and 16. That's this one. 16x squared plus 40x minus 30. So these are the factors that we are going to get. So we already know that one of the solutions is s is equal to 1 and s is equal to 3. So let's continue. So to solve that quadratic equation there, we can use a formula method, or yes, formula method will be the easiest one to use. And you know that the formula method is x, because since we have x1, x2, so let's say x3 comma x4 is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So if we use this here for this, our b is 40, our a is 16, our c is that. So if we use that, we will now have that our x3 comma x4 will be minus 40 plus minus square root of 40 squared minus 4 times 16 times minus 30 all over 2 times 16, and that will give us minus 40 plus minus square root of 3520 over 32. So we'll have this 10 inside this bracket is this thing is equal to 55 times 64. That's what it will give us. This one is 8 times 5. This one is 8 times 4. So if we bring out 64, square root of 64 is 8. So we can factor 8 out. This one will cancel the 8 on the numerator. So we'll be left with x1, x3 as minus 5 plus minus square root of plus minus square root of 55 all over 4. That's what we have. So s3 is minus 5 plus square root of 55 over 4. s4 is minus 5 minus this. So that means that let me write it clearly. That means that if we do the math here, you will see that we have approximately 0.064 for x3, and minus 3.1 for x4. So this one is this one is this. So we will now have our factors to be 1, 3, 0.604 and minus 3 point that. So now that we have found the x, so it is now time to find the values of y. So for x is equal to 1, for s is equal to 1, we use that equation 3. We use equation 3. This is equation 3 here that we say we use. We use equation 3, y is equal to that. So let me write it down. So for x is equal to 1, we will now write that y, for x is equal to 1, write that y is equal to minus 3x over 3 minus 4x. So that is minus 3 times 1 over 3 minus 4 times 1. So you see that this one is 3 minus 3, while this one is 3. So that's minus 3 over minus 1. So the answer is 3. So for x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. That's y1. So for x is equal to 3, the next one, that's x2, x1. Then our y will be equal to minus 3 times 3 all over 3 minus 4 times 3. So that is minus 9. This time is minus 9. This time is minus 12. 3 minus 12 minus 9. Minus 9. So it's equal to 1. So our y2 is 1 when s2 is 3. So the fourth one, which is what we have just solved to get this using this, so we will say for x3 equal to 0.604, y now will be minus 3 using this equation 3 into 0.604 all over 3 minus 4 times 0.604. And if we do that, we will get minus 3.10. That's y3. So for the last one, for x4 is equal to this minus 3.1. Then our y will be minus 3 into minus 3.1, good, all over 3 minus 4 into minus 3.1. So we will have it to be, if we do the math, we will have, because this one will be minus 9.3, I think 9.3 over this one will be 4, 12.4, 3.3 minus 12.4. So you have it to be approximately 0.604. That's y4. So that is how to do this. So you see that this problem that we started off with, problem that we started off with, which is this, has given us 4 values of y that can be correct and 4 values of x that can be correct. So it means that what we have done now is the way to do it. We have invoked so many theorems. We have remainders theorem, polynomial, using polynomial and what have you, in order to arrive at this answer. x1 is 1, then y1 is 3, x2 is 3, y2 is 3, s3 is this, y3 is minus 3.1, s4 is minus 3.41, y3 is this. So that's how to do it. So please subscribe and like the video. Also click on the notification button so that whenever we post on new videos you see it. Thanks and bye.